Happy Thursday, everyone. I just wanted to pop on because something really cool happened today. Well, it's always a cool day, right? But it's so beautiful outside. I wanted to get outside too, and I thought, why not share a little message, share a little bit of the outdoors. So today I had an amazing call with a potential client, and the reason someone comes to a call with me, of course, is to get more of what they want, right? And to create more of a life that they get really excited and super passionate, right, about. And so I ask the magical questions, and one of the questions is, what do you want? It seems like such a simple question. It seems like an obvious question. It is a fact that in order to get what you want, you have to know what you want. You have to be clear about what you want. You really have to get a vision of what that is. So that's where we start. What's your big vision? Well, when I ask that awesome question, that open-ended question, immediately something happens in the brain where you go into a thinking kind of energy. But the brain has this way of, your conscious brain, right? The ego has a way of sort of putting limitations on things and putting a stopper to what you want. So back to this awesome, amazing call I had with this awesome, amazing woman. I say to her, tell me about your big vision. What is it that you really see for yourself?
Well, I see this, but then I think that, but then I want this, but then that probably wouldn't work.
And so this is what happens when I ask someone, what do you want, which seems the perfect place to start, immediately we go into this thinking place in our brain. And the reason I'm pointing this out is to give you a tip. As you're moving forward and you're trying to create this life that you want, do not think about what you want, okay? Because thinking has limitations to it. A thinking mind can only go as far as it's ever gone before. A thinking mind cannot go where it has never gone before. The thinking mind is great for things like math and, putting a recipe together and taking steps like that, right? Creating your plan. Thinking mind is not so good for coming up with the dreamy, creamy in the middle, ooh, I love that, I feel so passionate, those kinds of thoughts and spaces. So when I ask, what do you want? Immediately it triggers someone to go into thinking about, how should I say this? What should I say? What should it be? How do I fill in the blanks? What do I want? And it sends you into a thinking energy, which, as I just said, creates limitations because your thinking mind can only take you as far as you've ever been. So the thinking mind is not the mind for imagination. It's not the mind for coming up with new scenarios and amazing, colorful, vivid things that you wish for. Okay, so now we know what happens when I ask, what do you want? It's a fun question. We have to figure out what you want in order for you to move forward and create it. So what do you do when your mind comes up with, well, this is what I want, but, because that's the next part. What happens then is the thinking mind and your ego creates reasons. There's always a million reasons why you shouldn't do something, why it won't work, why it might not come to fruition. That's just part of the process, right? But it doesn't have to be. If you ask a question in the right way, open your mind to allow the good stuff to flow through. So what I also want you to notice as you're compiling your beautiful vision for your dream, feel and notice your energy. She went like this, and then she went like that, and then she went like this, and then she went like that. Now, obviously, when I'm working with a potential client or a client, I'm reading energy. So this is what I listen for, feel, this is my focus, okay? So you might be saying words, and I get that, I register that, but really what I'm listening and feeling for is the da-da-da, and then, okay? So as she did that, and she gave me all these amazing, beautiful versions of what she wanted, none of which, by the way, seemed at all impossible. Not one of them. Every single thing she said she wanted seemed completely possible. But here's why it wasn't. Because in every breath that she said what she wanted, she ended it with why it probably wouldn't work, where all the obstacles are. The hummingbird's like, can I trust you? Can I still go to my feeder while you sit there? Yes, friend, you can. So cool. I'm like 4 feet from a hummingbird. So here's how you set yourself up to create a true vision of what you want without your thinking mind taking over and creating all the limitations and the reasons why it won't work. If I could have anything that I want, and I can, If there were no rules, no limitations, there were no obstacles, if I didn't have to worry about the how or the when, if I didn't have to worry about any of that, and I could just pick, like a kid in a candy store, anything that I want, and it could just be for fun, but this would be the best version of what I want for my life, what would I pick? There are no limits to everything that is possible for you. Only the thinking mind creates the limits that you feel in your life. It's time to get out of our thinking space, get out of our head, and move into a beautiful, dreaming, feeling, activating your superpowers, moving forward and experiencing all the goodness that you possibly can in this one lifetime. Goodness, so much. There's so much. So I'm going to go back to watching my hummingbirds and doing some other fun things. And I cannot wait to talk with you about what it is that you really want without all the limitations, right? And see where we go from there. I'm holding space for you. And I wish you a very beautiful day. I'm excited to chat with you and see your name pop up on my schedule because I love hanging out with inspired people like you. All right, I love you guys. Have a beautiful afternoon, and we'll see you back soon, okay? Bye.